Excuse me, ma'am. It is rumored that if you make this recipe, you will live to 100 years old. Easy, delicious, nutritious, and so freaking fantastic. Hello, gorgeous. Yeah. Opa! It's a bomb. Let's go. So we're making my sheet pan salmon with potatoes. All you need is 10 minutes to prep, 30 minutes to bake, 4 key ingredients, a tzatziki, and our garlic lemon sauce. That is it. So you want to start with a beautiful piece of wild salmon. You want to go for a nice color, but not too aggressively red, because we all know that we don't want bullshit. Let's get started. You're gonna have to cut this so that it can go the distance for your family. I'm gonna cut it into 4, you cut it into 5. If you have 3 people, you have fun with it. You know, you do 6. I'm not responsible for doing the math for you. It's 800 grams, cut it as you see fit. This one, it is normal for it to look like this. Do not panic, this is still very delightful and delicious. In fact, it is my husband's favorite part of the fish. So move your cutting board out of the way and grab a baking sheet that has been lined with parchment. If you're uncomfortable with parchment, you can oil the base of your sheet pan, but I don't do it that way because I don't like taking risks with my food. So step 1 is gonna be taking your favorite baby potatoes and then having them. Let's go! So hold, because now we have to make arguably one of the most delicious garlic lemon dressings to ever exist. So I'm gonna grab my handy dandy glass pot that I love using. You guys always ask me where I got it. I got it from Zara Home in 2021. So we're gonna take olive oil from my family's village and we're gonna add it to this glass pot. The juice of 1 lemon from my lemon orchard. Lots of oregano, otherwise known as rigani. Lots of salt and pepper. If you choose not to season your food, that is your problem, not mine. I like my food to taste good. And the reason I'm saying that is because I always get yelled at for salt quantities, but like, are you using table salt? I use diamond crystal salt. And then the next ingredient is Dijon mustard. So traditionally I'll put French's mustard, and I learned this hack from my aunt who owns a restaurant in Greece. French's is like tangy and lemony and very pungent, and I just feel like it complements these flavors of the Greek lemon garlic situation so well. And that's also what you guys love so much about the cotopolo patates limonato sto forno. But in this case, I'm just toning it down a little bit, and I'm using this Dijon mustard. My favorite brand is Mai. So we're just gonna put it into my little glass pot. Boatloads of one of my favorite ingredients, garlic. We call it the Holy Trinity. You have to have olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion in all recipes. We don't have onion here, but whatever. Add it to the glass pot. So give it a little whisk. Whisk, whisk, whisk. As a Greek woman, extra virgin olive oil is so important to me, and it's so important to my cooking. So I use my family's olive oil. I'm blessed to have olive trees across the country where my parents are able to press extra virgin olive oil. So you wanna make sure that when you're in the grocery store, you're looking, all the olive oils stored on the bottom shelf are truly the highest quality. They're likely in a dark bottle. They're likely a glass bottle. Literally avoid plastic bottles. And I don't mean that to make you feel like you're doing something wrong, but in my opinion, the best olive oil is stored in something glass so it can be protected by the sun and the heat. You don't want any of that plastic to seep into your oils. Extra virgin olive oil actually means that it's like early harvested olives. So the longer that the aging process occurs, you will land on different levels of quality with the oil. So extra virgin just means early stage, early season olives, and then you land on virgin olive oil, which is basically just normal season, and then you get olive oil. Anyways, I'm gonna have a little PDF and document that I can share with you guys. Just go check below. I have a full 101 on olive oil education that you can read, which I think will totally level up your cooking game and take something that only requires 4 ingredients and turn it into something that feels like you've spent days cooking it, because the quality of your ingredients are gonna change the game for you, your life, and your cooking. So we're whisking. It's gonna start to look nice and silky. So take half of your garlic lemon sauce and pour it over your potatoes. Normally I'd use my hands, but I'm wearing a nice outfit and I get really worried about getting dirty, so we're just gonna use spoons. We're gonna give it a little tossy-wossy. So I wish you were here, because this quite literally smells like heaven. My next tip for you, and I'm probably gonna have to get my hands dirty to do this, is take the skin side of the potato and place it onto the sheet pan. This will ensure that the potatoes cook really nicely, get fluffy on the inside and super crispy on the outside. So flippy flippy, all your potatoes go on their cut side down, because what did we say? Sing it with me, crispy and fluffy. Look how pretty they are. You might be saying, damn, those are really baby potatoes. Yeah, they are. They're really tiny, but I do think this is gonna lend itself well to the recipe. Fish doesn't take long to cook, so this is perfect. And quite literally, like I said, guys, this is a 30-minute recipe with 10 minutes of prep. It's gonna change your life. Into the oven they go. Potatoes are ready. Oh, okay. Don't panic about this. That's just crispy oregano edges and some garlic. Yum, yum, yum. Using a spatula, you're gonna toss the potatoes and kind of move them around, making room for the salmon. You're gonna take the fish and you're gonna arrange it really nicely on the sheet pan. You start here, grab another piece, maybe place it here, grab another piece, there. And then now we kind of take the potatoes and put them in between the gaps, which normally wouldn't be so hard, but because I'm being recorded, it's awkward. Okay, so remember when I told you that seasoning our food is so incredibly important? The best way to describe it is like going out naked in public. Like, it's cute and all, but you look better in like a thong. So. You understand what I'm saying, right? You need like a little something to feel better than going naked in public. So the salmon is currently naked and the salt is the thong. So let's just put on a little thong. Thong, the thong, thong, thong. I love it when the beat goes. And then now we're gonna take these beautiful cherry tomatoes that have been halved. I've been munching on them since they were put here. They're so freaking good. My hot tip for you is if you're into aesthetics like me, save some so that you can garnish with more. So let's just plop them on. Okay, so reserve for later. And then just give it like a little whizzy-wazzy wiggle. So take the dressing. I don't think it needs another whisk. It's so silky and delightful. And we're just gonna evenly distribute it over the salmon fillets. Now they're not naked, they're wearing Gucci now. Gucci and Prada, because this shit's high quality. This is my definition of delightful. Back into the oven. This is so freaking hot still. Bye-bye. Check it out. I don't know where to go. It's been in the oven for X amount of time because you have to go read the description. But let's temp it and see if it's cooked. It's pretty close. I would say it needs like, it's gonna need like another 2 to 3 more minutes. But holy crap. You know it's close when the salmon starts to ooze a little bit. Delightful, delightful. Back in the oven she goes. Hello, gorgeous. This is what I call easy, delicious, nutritious, and so freaking fantastic. So grab your dill, and then you're just gonna go shoo, 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 and it's important to make the sound. And then we put our parsley. Once again, guys, these are just garnishes like for like sort of vanity. I really love my food to look super appetizing. I love show-stopping food when I have guests around. I want them to be excited. I want them to ask for the recipe. I want them to just feel like they're eating something that feels like a work of art. So that's why I do what I do post-cooking. Once the garnish is on, take your cubed feta and we're just gonna distribute it sort of evenly. The white is gonna add a really nice pop of color. Not only that though, the tanginess and the brininess of it is gonna complement the flavors in the lemon garlic dressing so well. And I just personally think feta and fish are a match made in heaven. Some might argue that though. Last but not least, take your tomatoes that you reserved because you're so smart and clever. We're gonna add them to the sheet pan. And this is just gonna fill everything up really nicely so that there's no negative space anywhere. My hot tip for you is to salt your tomatoes. So have them and then salt them. It just, it takes it from so bland and boring to phenomenal. You'll get the perfect bite every time when you add a bed of tzatziki on the base of your plate because you'll go to dip into the salmon and you'll get a potato and you'll get a bite of tzatziki with tomato and feta and it will be unreal. Yeah, a bed of tzatziki with salmon and Greek lemon potatoes, feta and tomatoes. It's the bomb. Or in the words of my mother, it's a bomb! So I'm gonna show you the definition of really buttery salmon. Oh, look at this. Coming right off the freaking skin. Like, excuse me, ma'am. Let me eat this. Fucking ridiculous. You can find the full recipe below in the description. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. You can find me over on foodbymaria.com where I have over 950 recipes. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, anywhere platforms exist, search Food by Maria and you'll find your Greek mommy. Oh. Oh. Oh.